another national shrine. He also praised the determination of South Dakotans to build a memorial, saying they deserve the sympathy and support of the national government. With these words, one president's public support began the next chapter in the story of Mount Rushmore and its 4 presidents carved in stone.
The 4 presidents were selected to represent the first 150 years of American history. The foundation of the nation with George Washington, the expansion with the Louisiana Purchase for Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln represents the preservation of the Union, and finally we have Theodore Roosevelt for the development of the nation.
I really hope that the people that come to Mount Rushmore take the time to consider why it was carved, what are those patriotic values that Borglum was trying to get across to us, what do they mean to people today? Do they inspire us to do better things? I hope so.
They were men of their times just as we are, and we have to see that our forefathers, our ancestors, were not perfect by any means, but then we have to move on from that. And the way we move on from it is to think on the qualities of these individuals, like integrity and vision and courage, and those kinds of things, I think, are the enduring qualities of Mount Rushmore.
Carving a memorial to these presidents and the values they stood for would become the life's work of not only the sculptor, but hundreds of individuals who labored for years to create it.
Carving on Mount Rushmore started in 1927 and ended in 1941. That's 14 years. It was also in the height of the Great Depression.
Having a job was the most important thing during the Depression, and this put people to work.
Gutson was in charge of promoting and raising money and was in Washington quite a bit trying to do that. He was having to work with the Rushmore Commission, so he was doing a lot of other things besides being here at the mountain. My dad, Lincoln, was a liaison between Gutson and the workers in the fact that he could tell Gutson who were the good workers, which ones could be promoted or which ones could be moved to some other position.
There were 400 men who worked on the sculpture during the carving era.
It took a lot of different jobs to make Mount Rushmore possible.
There were pointers, drillers, dynamiters, carvers, winch operators, laborers. These men would have to walk 700 steps and some inclined rampways to get to the top. And if they're drilling, they have to get hung over the side of the mountain in these leather-strapped bosun chairs and drill into the mountain.
About 450,000 tons of granite were removed during the carving process. The only tool that can do that for you is dynamite. 90% of the rock removed from Mount Rushmore was removed using dynamite.
Some folks didn't last a day. They got in the bosun's chair and said, "This is not for me, I'm gone. Bye-bye."
Driller Don Clifford remembers.
Well, the first time I went over the mountain, I was scared to death. I looked down and I was scared. What? You got used to it. I mean, it's just like anything that's new. After you do it, you get used to it, and that's your job.
We also have a lot of jobs off the mountain. Down here on this level, we saw a lot of the support services. Women were able to establish restaurants and bunkhouses. They also filled in things like clerical and secretarial duties and ran gift shops.
One of these women, Maxine Wasser, got a job as a secretary.
I had the family, my boy, and my parents, sister, and I contributed mostly to their support. And it was a job, and I did the very best I could.
My dad, Lincoln, was very close with the workers because, of course, he understood them, and they shared a common goal.
It was this connection to the workers that inspired Lincoln to bring America's national pastime to Rushmore to help boost morale and strengthen the community.
My dad was a big baseball fan, and